What do tortoises like to eat? Today we're going to be talking about some of the plants that I grow here at Shadows Reptiles for my tortoises, as well as some of the other things that I offer them to eat. One of the main things is, you could probably tell by my yard, they like to eat grass. That's why I have maybe, if I'm lucky, a centimeter of grass at its highest point. Other than grass, I like to grow different types of plants for my tortoises and really for all my herbivorous animals. This one is one of my favorites, is Hibiscus. You can see it has these beautiful flowers. They come in a lot of varieties of colors, and the tortoises love it. So you can see he'll inhale it. So if you're able to grow one of these for your animals, I definitely recommend it. I sometimes have them available on shadowsreptiles.com if you're not able to find it at one of your local nurseries near you. Today we're going to be planting some plants. Go ahead and put the hibiscus in. Training my apprentice today, which is my cousin. He's my #1 fan. All right, go ahead and put all the dirt in. Played a lot of Minecraft, but never done any actual planting.
A few moments later.
Hibiscus grows really quickly here in Florida since it's a very tropical environment. I'll show you guys a bigger one in a second. Dino upset that he can't reach it. So you guys know the one that he has in his enclosure, he has made it into a very, very depressed little plant. And there we go, the hibiscus is planted, and now on to the next plant, which is the Maho. This is in the hibiscus family, and this is much bigger. This is in reality more of a tree than a plant. So it's gonna grow kind of like the mulberry over there. So this is more for the Socatas and my Aldabras that are big tortoises that eat a lot. So I'm gonna grow this out until it's really big and then cut big chunks of it to feed the tortoises on a daily basis. Of course, like I mentioned, I grow a ton of grass for the tortoises whenever I can. This is the redfoot enclosure, and right now they have a lot of grass in here because they let it grow out and they didn't destroy it. But the bigger tortoises, unfortunately, tend to eat up most of the grass, especially in large numbers. So for them, I'm planting a lot more since I want to get more tortoises. I need to make sure I have bigger supplies of food for them. Again, this is Maho. I don't really know where you guys could find this. I got it from a friend of mine that owns a nursery here in Miami, Florida. If you guys are interested in it, let me know in the comments, and I could probably add it to shadowsreptiles.com. Although this is a pricier plant, because again, this is not really a plant, this is more of a tree. So it gets really big and it's really nice. Of course, here we have the pinnacle of the plants that we feed the tortoises. This is the Opuntia cactus. I'm sure if you guys are into the tortoises and have been watching a lot of my videos, or pretty much any tortoise keepers videos, you're familiar with this Opuntia cactus. Again, this is one of the things that I offer on shadowsreptiles.com. It's extremely popular, and for good reason. You could just rip these pads right off and plant them in the dirt and they'll grow. So you could get the pads on shadowsreptiles.com and plant them as much as you'd like, or you could just go ahead and rip them off and feed it straight to your tortoise, no problem. The ones I have do not have spikes. They sometimes have little hairs, but honestly, they barely ever do. The only thing they really have is those little pads here. It kind of depends on how you grow it, I've noticed. When the plant is more in the shade and like in unfavorable conditions where it's either too dark or it has way too much sun, I've noticed that it does grow more hairs. But when it's grown in like perfect conditions where it has a nice amount of humidity, it's getting a lot of water, and it's getting all the proper amount of shade and sun, which is about half and half, it does great. So these plants here are doing amazing. All these pads, so you can see, they don't really have any hairs or thorns or anything. So this is really the best spot. They get sun here for half of the day, and the other half they are in the shade because of this tree right here. So this is the best way to grow them. We're also going to be planting a hibiscus here, which is going to give them a little bit more shade. But again, these cactuses, they are cacti, but they do not mind the shade. It's actually, I've noticed it's a little bit better if they have at least 50% of the day a bit more shaded. And one of the absolute best plants that you could grow for your Socata tortoise, especially the mulberry tree. It gets very big and it's very fast growing and produces a ton of leaves. This one grows super fast, so it's great for the tortoises. The only downside is that even here in Florida in the winter, it does shed its leaves. I don't know if it's because of the cold or if it's just a seasonal thing. And one of the reasons why I love this plant so much is because it has little berries that you could feed to your iguanas. I mean, the tortoises like it too, although for a big Socata like this is barely even a taste. But this is great for the iguanas especially. They love it, and it tastes really good too. These are pretty much like the blackberries they sell at the grocery stores. If you actually look at some of them, they even say mora, which is how you say it in Spanish. But these are a lot sweeter than the ones that you would find at a grocery store. This is a plant that I also want to start offering on shadowsreptiles.com. This one would definitely be on the more pricey side. I just haven't been able to really figure out a way of getting the plant and being able to ship it and all that.
Several days later.
It looks like Luna, my female Socata tortoise, laid a clutch of eggs over there in that corner. As you guys know, I always like to collect the eggs because these guys tend to break a lot of them. Let's move this over. Hopefully she didn't break too many eggs, if any. I don't know. Oh, hey, you hungry or something? Come on, you were just digging a second ago. Let's see if we could distract her with some of this. Let's see. Go over there, Luna. I'm gonna collect all your eggs so I could hatch out your babies. All right, it looks like the top one is safe, which is an extremely good sign, because usually the ones that do break are the ones at the top. She breaks them with her feet, not really with the other eggs. And this ground is soft on this part, so that's a great advantage that we have. Looks like there was also some space inside of the chamber. So maybe, just maybe, we got lucky. And here's some tortoise poop. So you guys know, if you watch my videos, these guys kind of use the poop to mold the sand, kind of like what kids do in the beach when they're building a sandcastle. Well, they don't use their poop, but they use water to make the sandcastles. At least I hope you're not using poop to make sandcastles. Anyways, that's besides the point. Here are the eggs, and this is actually kind of fun. I never get to collect Socata eggs this way because it's not really safe to leave it up to them to lay the clutch. All right, Luna, you're getting in my way. Let's move over here. Let's see, why don't you go over there and eat some cactus over there, huh? Now, she's not defensive or anything. Socata tortoises in general, do not really care about their clutches. The only ones that kind of do are the Burmese mountain tortoises, that they defend their nest. But for the most part, they don't really care too much. And honestly, this is looking extremely good. I thought we were gonna find some broken eggs. My grandfather told me there was, but I don't see any yet. All right, we're gonna have to do something about Luna. Let me put you guys there for 1 second, and we're just gonna toss her over this border. Sorry, Luna. You can't be here for what I'm about to do. Take the cactus. And I deal with one problem, and here come 3 more. The only thing I gotta do now is just hurry up and pull these eggs out of here before I get more Socatas on me. But this is honestly looking very promising. So far, no broken eggs. This is super cool to see all these eggs inside of the nest like this. I haven't seen a clutch like this in years. And here's Tank. What's up, buddy? And Luna is usually the one that lays the biggest clutches. So let's see how many she lays. She's already filled 1 container. Let's put these over here so that they're safe and out of the tortoise's way. Got 12 secured. There's a few more. Wow, there's a lot of eggs. But as you can see, the tortoises are just chilling behind me. They're not really trying to mess with me or anything. They're just very curious. But perfectly, there's nothing else in here. So it looks like she laid a total of 18 eggs. And here comes Shadow to eat the egg carton. Whoa, great. So we'll just cover this back up, and yeah, I mean, these tortoises are laying like crazy this year. Did not expect any more clutches from Luna, but they are doing amazing here at my grandfather's house.